Hi guys, so I'm going to show you something. So as you can see, I have my green screen up. I actually did a couple things with the green screen, and so I'm going to show you what I did, not like physically because I'm using the green screen, but um there's two things that are on here that I don't have that are going to be gotten, which are like they're almost like key lights, but they use um they use um, um, AC and also a power splitter to basically plug it into a smart plug that I have. So I'm just gonna show you how to set this up in OBS. So for example, I'm gonna show you my OBS settings. So here's let me just switch real quick. As you can see, I have a camera here. So let me switch to my here. So this is my OBS settings right here. Um, so I'll also show you this. These are custom icons I made. So here's OBS. That's the icon. This is a custom record button. When you press the record button, it changes colors. This is my camera button, and the one that's currently gray is this one right here, which is the desktop without camera. And then this one, which is next to it, what is desktop with cam, it basically puts a camera on there. So there's that, and then next to it is drawing, which is a monitor over here. That's my drawing tablet and stuff. So just getting that out the way. So going over here, so I'm just gonna switch cameras again. So going back to OBS, as you can see, um, I'm just gonna go full screen. Uh, that was a bad idea. Actually, that wasn't a bad idea. So as you can see, over here I have my desktop, which is the camera, which is the camera right here, the one you see me in, and then below that is the desktop view, which is this one, and this one right here, which is the desktop with camera, and desktop with the it is drawing, and then there's also going to be eventually going to be a Elgato hooked up there once I get a extra USB port free. So going back to here is that how I did the camera was basically I'll just show you here. So I basically I'll show you just with here. So I made a scene, and on the scene I'll use the green screen one as an example. So the green screen one, if you click here, so well I actually got rid of it. So basically the green screen was if you right click on it, there's an option called filters, and so I'll just show you real quick. So you press I'm pressing this, it'll ask you to create a name. So this is just test. I'm showing you how to do this. So you press test, and so from test you would have the ability to right click and click filters, and then on the filter one you basically click on where it says effect filter, you press add, and then you go to chroma key, and then you basically set the chroma key for the green screen. You set the chroma key for your green screen, and then you just copy that, and then you basically add a webcam. You basically would call it like webcam or something, wherever you decide to. So after that, you right click on it, go to filters, and then go to chroma key, and then you basically edit it. So basically, where the actual where the webcam itself is like a little bit darker, and then so edit it so it looks good for your face, and then you adjust the other one that you did for the actual filter on on the um on the scene. And after you do actually that, you basically adjust it so it brings light to your face. And once you do actually that, you're pretty much done with actual that after setting up the green screen. And so what you're going to need after setting up the green screen, so what you are going to need for setting up the green screen is I'll show you. So let's go back to here. So actually, yeah, so first you'll need is what I use to control this stuff to make it easier for me is the Elgato Stream Deck. You don't need this one specifically. You can get the 6-button one as long as that's enough for you. So if you're just using it for like a couple scene changes, you don't need the 15-button one. You don't need the 32-button one either. But if you're planning on doing other stuff with it, get the bigger ones that will suit your needs. And going back to Best Buy still, you also need this for a webcam. I'm using this one specifically. You can use a C920, which is like $50. This one's a little bit more expensive because it's a 4K webcam. And then you also need this for on Best Buy, which is the Casa TP Link. And then that's what you need for there. For going for the next part, what you need is for the Hosa, which this is just you can get whichever one is cheaper for you, and this one happens to be cheap here. And also you can get it from get this based on what country you actually live in. Same for everything else. Just where it's cheaper at Fresh U. I've got it on Best. I was looking at Best Buy because that's where it's cheap at for me. It costs the same for Casa TV Link. Don't get this one from Best Buy unless you're actually in the United States or place that accepts the same United States signal, or you use a converter from the United States plug to whatever country you're actually in. And then what else you would need is this, which is a 1000 lumen 1000 lumen LED portable work light. So you take a piece of paper and tape it on top of there to act as the diffuser. You don't want that bright of a light on you. It may have a diffuser already on there, but if it doesn't, you just use a piece of paper, and it'll diffuse the light. You need 2 of these, so that would be $40 for that. So if you're keeping track, so any camera would actually work as long as it's high quality. So this one, as long as you have good lighting, this one is good for low actual light, and this one's $199. This is $20 a piece, so you need 2 of them for that. That's actually $40. This is $11. You can get them cheaper somewhere else. This is a place where I usually shop from. Then this, the 6-button one is only $79, but you don't need this unless if you just want to make scene switching easier without you having to tab out of stuff in order to change actually scenes. This is kinda necessary unless you don't mind, unless you have a way of hitting off the actual switch like a separate surge protector that only controls the lights. Then you can just press that on and off every time you want to use the actual lights. And then what else you need for this to work is OBS. Um, I use OBS. You can use Streamlabs OBS. You can use um, XSplit. I just use OBS because that's what I've been using. Then you would need this for the stand. The green screen. This is a green screen I have. Um, and then you need this. This is what I literally. This is why I did the project. Because before I was using a T stand and it wasn't as sturdy. And it was hard to move around without it falling apart. So I got this because it has wheels and it's easy to remove. Got mine from actually Walmart for like $42, and it was like 52 actually bucks after shipping and taxes. So you could save $8 about. And so you get this put together. Then you take the green screen right here, put it on top of there. Take these clips to hold it down because that's how I have my green extra screen. And then you plug in this into the wall and do the setup of it with actually the Casa TP Link app. And then you um, plug in this to actually there. And then you plug these into actually the you plug this into this device, and then you plug these lights into this cable, two of them, and from actually there, you you actually have that hooked up, and then you basically put the camera on top of your monitor, put this with the green screen on there behind you, and aim it up properly, and then make some kind of background for your camera to make it have a chatting scene or like an unboxing scene, whatever, to have set up. I have mine set up to make it look like this. Because if you look at it, it looks like it's in my room. But as you notice, there's like some actual black images right there because that's my chair. Um, and so and there's a little bit of green on my hair, but that's because I'm not evenly lit because I got two of those lights coming in the mail, and it's basically for aiming it at this way, so my face is evenly lit, and then I'll just edit the actual image quality so I can actually take some of the hot spots off of my face because right now there's only light coming from this way, as you can see. Because if you look over here, as you can see, there's a slight tone difference because there's no light over here, but there's all light over here because there's just one light in my room. And so I'm going to fix that. And so this is how this looks. And then you set up the Stream Deck, install the Stream Deck software, which just in this case, the Stream Deck would be right over there. In the background of the image, but that's, as you know, that's just a static image. But that's an image I took of um my setup for that I use for music production and also editing and also recording video and stuff. So yeah, um, and so and the mic, as you can see, I don't have two mics. That one is just an image. It's usually there when I'm not using it. So how you set how you and after you have the lights set up, you make sure I use some like duct tape to basically put right beside the wheels on my floor just to make it so I it's in the exact position every time I actually set this up, because right now it's in the middle of my floor. The green screen is, at least. And so what I want to do is basically move it. I actually put tape on the floor so I can move it out of the way when I'm not in use, when it's not in use, and I can move it back to the exact position where it's exactly perfect at. And so, um, that's that. And as you can see there, if you see right here, this actual arm is basically cutting up. It looks like it's going through because it's black. But if I move it out of the way, as you see, it doesn't cut up as much because of the black is basically just overpowering it. It needs more light in order to actually get this working properly. Unless you can get this working properly if you use better lights. I just have one light in this room for right now. I'm planning on having two because they're coming in the mail. So to actually evenly lit this place up, and I might actually change the image so where basically once it basically bright. So once I brighten up the room, I can take another image because of I don't have natural light coming in here because of it kind of is really um I just don't. But basically, that's all you need for to get the green screen working, and all you need for the um to get the green screen working. Because I'll just show you what it looks like. So if I basically just go to the green screen settings and I go to filter. As you can see, it's the gray, so let's just turn this off. So there's that. That's off. So as you can see, it still works, but it's a little darker still. Filters. As you can see, this is what the green screen looks like with the stand on there. It doesn't look bad per se, because now let me just remove it. There is some wrinkles, and as you can see in this image, that all the light's coming from over here. I need more light over here, and I want to control it with a box I already have. It's the smart plug that's under my desk. I just have to unplug this lamp and then plug in the splitter and then plug in the two LED lights and have them show this way and put a diffuser on there so it doesn't freaking blind me. But yeah, because right now that's not diffused and it's kind of bright. So once you have everything set up properly, because this is how it would look in my specific room without with actual me getting the camera on. And how you zoom in the camera like this is by holding Alt on the keyboard and then zooming in, and then like you press Alt, you hold Alt, and then you take the little mouse cursor and drag it that way. It'll zoom in for you. This is how I have it look zoomed in. And as you can see, the actual image isn't basically kind of jumpy. That's because there's not enough light, and also it's not doing a lot of stuff. So let's see. So now once I re-enable this, it goes to how it was before. But as you can see, it looks darker, and you don't see really any jumpiness. Because if we basically press close and go to example the desktop with camera scene, it doesn't really jump. But and it does look okay, but it does look like I'm really dark. So if we go back to here and then right click here and go to filter and then turn on chroma key, it brightens up my actual face, and it brightens up my face. And if we go back to here, it doesn't look as bad. But if you look in super close, it does look like it's jumpy, and so and this is what the camera view looks like because of it. I think there's just too much black, but that's how you set up. In order to add the image on here, you just basically, so you either can make a custom background with like Photoshop or something, or you can use like Paint if you wanted to. So all I did was take my phone, took a picture of my setup and of how it looks right here. The top is just a little bit cluttered, but then you press add, then you go to image, and then you add, then you make a name. Then once you press OK, it will basically say image file. You basically browse to where you have it saved. I would basically put all of your um, OBS files like music, pictures and stuff like that into a folder on your C drive, as long as the C drive is big enough. And once you do actually that, you press OK, and then you can do actually that, and it would look like this once you add the file. And so I hope you liked it. Thanks for watching. Bye.